what her name insists. She is precious. She is not just a speaker, but she was the one that prepared our flyer, because I put the ad out there and I was good with it. And she said, well, you got to get your flyer. I said, well, ma'am, if you insist on doing that, then by all means, I'm not going to stop you. And she did that. People love visuals to go along with that word. And I'm very, very, very happy that she took the opportunity to do that. So I want to express a little bit of my gratitude. But I want to introduce you of just how committed she is. I mean, she kept me on my toes, y'all. I couldn't relax about this too much. She made sure it was organized. She wanted to make sure that God had his hand in it, number one. Okay, she will make sure that I keep to that Matthew 7 there. But anywho, I'm very, very proud of the speakers that were led to be here today. So many beautiful words about her that I could say, but I know that she's real. Okay? So I'm going to welcome her. Precious, would you take the stand for us? Warm welcome, please.
Woo, Ma! That's my mama, y'all.
Hello, everyone. Hello. As those of you who know me know, I don't really do the dress and the hair and the makeup thing, but when Mr. Rickett invited me, I said I'm going to respect her event. And so you notice I don't have on my jeans today.
You look very beautiful too, Ma.
I'd like to thank you for inviting me, especially since you had never met me before this, and you owe me no thanks for the flyer, because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm Precious Swain Peace. I survived 2 suicide attempts. I survived being molested as a child. I survived being raped as a teenager. I survived domestic violence, starting with my first relationship at 14. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you guys about. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about reactive attachment disorder. It's not talked about much. But right now, in this time, we need to understand what it is, because we have so many babies being born from addicted parents, born prematurely due to domestic violence, born in situations where they don't receive the attention or the affection or the emotional bonding that they need. Reactive attachment disorder is normally diagnosed by the time they're about 5. I wasn't diagnosed until I was 15 and started showing signs of severe anger. But all it really is we don't know how to attach. How normal children that are born and nurtured and loved instantly love someone else, because it didn't come natural, because we didn't have that, we don't really know how to. So you may have a friend or a neighbor, or you may go through it your own self, where you can just sit off by yourself. People think you're a recluse. You're not lonely at all. You're used to being by yourself. This is what you're comfortable with. People think something's wrong. There's really nothing wrong other than you just being you. That's all you know. Some of the side effects of having reactive attachment disorder is depression, is suicidal tendencies, is the ability to be extremely violent, because you really don't care about anything. So hurting something else is easy for you because you don't care. But I'm here today to tell you that doctors aren't sure if they can cure it. If you Google it and research it, you'll see the doctors say they don't know if they can cure it. They don't know how to prevent it, though now it's different than when I was a child, because I'll be 50 this year. It wasn't no cuddlers 50 years ago. They wrapped you up in a blanket and swallowed you real tight and hoped that that helped, and stuck you right in that incubator under that light. But now, at least they know that cuddlers are needed, and the children are being held more and cuddled more, which may help. But now our children that are in that gap, that nobody's paying attention to see if this is an issue that they have, they're labeling them as bad. They're labeling them as having attention deficit. they're labeling them as a whole lot of things, when really you don't know what you're not taught. So you say, well, teaching starts in school. No, teaching don't start at school. Teaching starts in the womb.
Amen. Amen.
Teaching starts when your baby is right here. If you're angry, it's not just drug addicted parents. If you're angry and you fighting and you hollering and you carrying on, that baby is learning anger right there in your womb. So say for instance you are addicted to drugs. You don't care about the baby, you don't care about yourself. I would love when you were speaking, when you were talking about the covenants, I was like, God set it all up because she's leading right into where I'm going. I really wish that walking 30 minutes a day would help a drug addict, but it doesn't. They walk probably triple that, trying to get what they need.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand the root cause. We're so busy, especially, I hate to say us as a black people, but we're so busy sweeping under the rug mental health as an embarrassment. We get in the church, and I am a minister, and I will admit, in ministry, we're quick to shove it off. It's just the devil. We're giving the devil too much credit. It's not always the devil. Sometimes it's our own oneself. How often have we stopped, and when we saw the parent didn't do it, did we show the love? We didn't, because we were too busy squirting them with oil and skeeting them with water and saying Hail Marys over them, when all they really needed was some attention and some hugs. Now, I don't want to offend nobody. I should have said in my introduction that I'm extremely transparent.
All right now.
I don't get invited to a lot of church functions because, like I said, I wear my jeans, I'm going to wear my t-shirt.
Amen.
Because if we need to get on that floor and cry,
Amen.
I'm going to get on that floor and cry.
All right.
So I'm going to get back to the message, but I just need you to understand, please don't be offended. I don't know how to be anything but me. So, going through life with reactive attachment disorder, people didn't think I was friendly. Even now, as an adult, people don't think I'm social. People don't think I'm friendly. You have to catch me somewhere like this and be like, oh, she talks? Yes, I talk a lot. But if you don't talk to me, it's not that I don't like you. I may not even realize that you're there. Because in my mind, I've been by myself so long till it's only really me. Because my mother was a heroin addict, so she had me prematurely. By the time I got out of the hospital, she was in federal prison. So I was in the hospital 6 months. There's no interaction. I'm 50, there were no cuddles. Just a little blanket to swallow me up. So as I shook, it would kind of keep some control. So I go to my grandmother. And I want to believe that that was the first person I bonded with. But that was also the reason that I had trouble bonding anymore ever, because I learned when my mother took me back that everything is temporary. Everything can be removed in an instant. So the moment you find something to love, if it gets snatched away, where you might have already started the healing process, you fall back. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't attach because it's going to be gone. And so that was kind of the story of my life, because I went from my grandmother back to my mother, went from my mother to my aunt, from my aunt back to my mother, from my mother to my other grandparents, and back, foster care system, youth authority, been there, done it. So nothing was permanent. Why attach? So I went through life with no care, no emotion, no empathy, no nothing. I tried to kill myself at 17, not because I felt unloved, not because I felt unwanted, simply because I was tired. I I had been on my own since I was 15. I had lived a very rough life. I had sold drugs and whatever to survive. Now I'm married at 17, and I don't even like this man. See, it would be a sin for me to stand here and lie, like, I was so in love, I didn't even know what love was. I didn't like him. He was convenient. I was tired of selling drugs. I wanted to finish high school. I wanted to do normal things. So if I got married to this man whose mother had no girls, who just adored me, now I have a life and what looks like the family on TV. But one day I was tired, so I tried to kill myself. But God said, no, it's not what you're going to do. I have a purpose for you.
All right.
So I, in my older life, had to apologize to this man because I married him pretty much, who knows what, for nothing. And everything that I went through that was negative with him, I brought on myself because I shouldn't have been there in the first place. So I went through life and I was like, I just don't understand. I didn't understand. You watch people, I'm so in love. Nah, I don't understand. Oh, I just can't live without him. No clue, don't understand. But God blessed me with kids. See, the doctor, after I had been kidnapped and raped, said I would never have kids, that my uterus was damaged, it was sitting on until I'd never be able to carry full term. That getting pregnant would kill me. Today I have 7 adult children.
Woo!
And God took those children and taught me how to love something other than me. Because it's really hard, I'm not sure if it can be done, to not bond with something growing inside of you. It's kind of hard to not do that. But to have my first child and to look at this little thing that loved me regardless. He didn't know his grandmama was a heroin addict. He didn't know that his grandfather had been in bed with him. He didn't know that his mother had sold drugs. He didn't know nothing but this is my mama and I love her. This is who nurses me at her breast. This is who does everything for me. So I learned to love my children. But sadly, I still kind of didn't know how to attach to anything else.
But us, Jesus.
I went to marriage too, because I tried this all over again. I'm going to figure out how to do this. Let me tell y'all that I failed. Crashed and burned. But my grandmother had always taught me, I always knew that God existed. I just figured he just put me by myself, and I didn't have to like that. And she always taught me that what a woman's role was. So I knew I was supposed to be married. I knew I was supposed to be married before I had kids. I knew all of this, and I tried to walk according to scripture of what the virtuous wife was. Doesn't work if you don't love the husband. Okay, back up there and just be honest with your tape, because I tried it to the point where I would lay out prostrate on the floor and cry and pray for God to fix a marriage that wasn't broken. I just wasn't supposed to be. So because of this personality disorder, this mental health issue that nobody wanted to talk about, that I didn't even know I had till I was 15, until the doctors were just like, well, we don't know what to tell you. I guess you'll never have a normal relationship. Okay. I guess I won't, is what I said then. So I go through 20 years of being married, we had our ups, we had our downs. It's really one of those stories, look back there about it. Okay. No, I have a whole book series called Who Says a Princess Can't Come from the Ghetto?
Wow.
Because there's a lot of little girls out there like me who don't believe they can be where I'm at now. See, they think they have to swing on the pole and strip. They think they have to be naked. They think they have to marry a drug dealer or somebody with some money. They don't know that they can make it out. They don't know that they can actually learn to love somebody. Some of them don't even know they can learn to love themselves.
Amen.
and I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm an author, and I'm a businesswoman. I have my own business. And I'm not a mental health professional, so please don't take the description that I've given you and try to diagnose yourself with anybody. I'm just simply speaking on my own experience with mental health. But from that one issue spilled out all the other issues. Because if I understood emotion and care and love, maybe I wouldn't have tried to kill myself. Maybe I would not have put myself through 2 terrible marriages. Maybe I would have never gone through a domestic violence situation, because really no one should hit or hurt. But I have to take into consideration how the other person must have felt trying daily to prove to someone that they love them who really could care less. See, I'm not gonna get up here and make it like I was perfect or good. I'm being honest. I didn't care. I cooked because that's what women do. I cleaned because that's what women do. But the nurturing, I only nurtured my kids. I didn't care what he wanted, what he needed. He was an object of sex, and I was gonna feed him because he needed his energy. That was about it. So if what I said hurt your feelings, oh well, you'll get over it. But that's not right. There's people around us right now suffering the disorder, have no idea that they have it, and we don't know how to help them because we're so busy thinking they're a recluse that we're not reaching out to show them love so that they can know how to give it back. It's never too late to teach them. So I get a divorce, and for 5 years, I decide I ain't dating. No, not like that. I'm not putting myself in a position to date because I have to now heal. I've been broken since I was born. I have to stop right where I'm at and heal, or my children will be broken, and my grandchildren will be broken. And everybody that I come in contact with is going to feel a little crack because they're going to pour into me, and I'm going to take it as fuel and spit fire back. Now, I don't know if any of you really understand what life is like to be a dragon. I didn't have wings and scales, but I have a mouth that could tame a shrew.
Mm-hmm.
What I would not say to you, only God knows. And when God tapped me on the shoulder and said, I've allowed you to go through all of this because I'm getting ready to use you for my glory. And I can't use you the way I want to use you if you've never been through anything.
Right.
So I allowed you to go through that, but I didn't let the enemy kill you in the process. Because while you're sitting here, this is what you're going to do. And I'm hard-headed. Hard-headed. Not writing no books. I'm definitely not preaching no sermons. And I don't care about the children. All of that was a lie. I have 4 books in my series. And if you call me, I'm going to come speak. And children were the first things I learned to bond to. Because not only did I bond to my natural ones, but they brought home hundreds of other little children. I'm not even sure where all these children came from. And I looked up and I was a neighborhood mom. And it didn't matter how much I had to cook, what I had to buy, whatever. Those little children, I felt like were my home. And so I protected and fed and nurtured these little kids because even though I didn't understand how to help myself, I didn't want these kids to be like me. So today I look at myself and I say, well, they diagnosed you, but you act a little more normal now, girl. You get it together.
Yes, child.
I'm just gonna be honest. Because I'll go places and I still won't talk. It's not because I don't like the people there, it's just because that's me. I just will sit there. If you ask me, I'll answer you. If you don't, I'll just kind of sit there.
You gotta ignore her face, y'all.
I smile from the heart have to know me to know it's okay to walk up and talk to me. But you just have to know that I'm bold enough to tell you my story. How many little children, maybe even in this library right now, are suffering the same thing? How many little children that go to your daycares, your churches, that are running up and down through your neighborhood have no idea how to bond because no one's loved them? Or they love them in a way that hurts. Because in our community, well, we got some of the hardest, roughest love I've ever seen.
Yes, yes.
In my life. We call the child, we say we love little MFers and little this and little that, and my goodness, how do they know? They don't know that you love
To
them
do that.
because you talk to them like you talk to the dog. And they don't know that you love them because every time they walk up and hug you, you push them away. And they don't know that you love them because you're too busy on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your Twitter, to sit and talk to them about how their day went. So they don't know. And for all of us grandmothers raising kids, to God be the glory, I don't have to raise my grandchildren, but some grandparents are. In the absence of a mother who's doing whatever, she may even be in college. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad. But you're tired, you've raised your kids. Some of us won't admit we're old, but we definitely are not young. And so we're going through times in life where we're grumpy. And these kids are running and hopping and jumping and clinging and we're pushing them away, but they don't know we still love them. So we have to begin to pay attention. Because what heals anything broken, when you really look at it, is love. When something is wrong with your body, yeah, the doctors give you medicine. But if you love your body, and you exercise and you eat right, and you stop putting toxins in your body, and you change your thought process, you loving yourself heals you.
Mm-hmm.
God gave us the ability to do that. So if we quit being so negative and thinking, oh, you're just bad, and whatever, and begin to embrace. Because it's not for you to heal a 50-year-old me. It's for us to heal a 5-year-old them. Before they start shooting their neighbor, because they don't care if they live or die. Before they start raping, before they start mangling, what are we going to do before they get there? Because right now, every time you pick up the newspaper, somebody dead. And everybody's like, well, it didn't used to be so much killing. Well, it didn't used to be so much anger. Where are we? Where are we? I know everybody in here isn't a minister, but everybody is a person. So you have some type of heart, some type of feelings. No matter what your denomination is or even what your spiritual thought process is. If you don't pray, that's not for me to judge. If you do pray, maybe we need to spend a little more time praying and less time gossiping. So we can get it right. If you don't pray and you meditate or you burn your cat, whatever you do, not for me to judge. But this might be the time to do it. Because there's a lot of little children out there that don't know how to love right now. The doctors may not be calling and telling you this. We might not be talking about this in the council meetings. But from experience, I could tell you, based on the amount of parents that are addicted to Molly's, Roxy's, cocaine, heroin laced with fentanyl, cocaine laced with fentanyl, all of these drugs, in these systems, these children are not coming out like they did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. We have to start young. So, I'm going to tell you some of the signs, because my story is my story. And God blessed me to overcome to the point where I'm married again. And this time, I love my husband.
Clap, but I'm holding the phone.
I have to say that out But that doesn't, that doesn't impact the fact that I love him, because if he's not there, if he don't make it home, I'm gonna look for him. There was a few while back that I had one that I didn't look for. So, just being honest. So, where did my notes go? So I want to make sure I give you guys accurate information. Some of the signs and symptoms is detachment, of course, because they don't know how to attach, so they seem distant. Withdrawal from connections. You're trying to connect, they're backing up. Because they're afraid. They don't know. They don't know what you're doing. Because everything around them has hurt them or left them alone. The inability to develop and maintain significant relationships, romantic and otherwise. It's not just romantic relationships that lack in this situation. Family relationships lack in this situation. They don't bond with their teachers. They don't bond with their playmates. They just don't. The inability to show affection. Resistance to giving and receiving love, even though they may be looking for it. They may be trying to figure out how it feels. But they ball up. They don't know how to accept it. They don't know if it's real. Anger issues. Somebody extremely angry probably has very little intake of love. They're very impulsive. Let me tell you how I use that to my advantage. There's never been anything in my life that I said I wanted to do that I have not done. I said I wanted to write a book. There's 4 of them back there on the table. I said I wanted to have kids. I got some little jokers. I said I wanted to be the first woman in the music industry that was never an assistant to a man. I've worked in the music industry since 1987. Everything I've ever said I want to do, whether it was positive or negative, I didn't stop until I did it. I didn't make any excuses. I didn't have any remorse, but part of what helped me do that is I didn't care. So if you don't have the ability to care, you're not going to be like, I shouldn't because people will. I don't care what people think. Here it goes. And to be very honest, I have 8 books because my first series was an erotica series. Because the whole while I was married, my ex-husband said, oh, you can't write books. I said, I'm going to show you. I'm going to not only write books, I'm going to write extremely nasty books. And as I moved and grew in life into ministry, I knew I wasn't the first. Well, I should have did, but it was done. And I moved into my motivational series. They have a strong sense of distrust. Really don't trust anything, but they don't know how to. They have an inability to grasp emotion. So, the perfect example is, what you laughing at? They don't understand that something funny just happened. They think you're laughing at them. The feeling of loneliness and emptiness. A lot of people, because of feeling lonely and empty, like they don't matter, attempt to and even commit suicide. Because they feel like no one's going to care if they're gone anyway. The lack of sense of belonging. See, for me it was easy, I guess because of my disorder, I was never a cliquey person. So I wasn't a cheerleader or anybody who had to hang out with a crowd and fit in, because I didn't want to be bothered. Just didn't want to be bothered. For years and years, I dressed like a little boy. Never lived an alternative lifestyle, never been gay. I wanted people to respect my mind versus trying to figure out if I was stacked or not stacked, what's going on with my hair, what am I? Am I black? Am I white? Am I mixed? I just didn't have time for all that. Whole other story on the black-white mixed thing, but just didn't have time for all that. Was fed up. How can we prevent children from reaching, I had to be about 40 before I really started turning around and caring about myself. So how do we catch children young? We have to be engaged with them. We have to have to watch them to see in the first place that they're experiencing some kind of disconnect. Because if we're always doing this, we don't realize that they're over there totally disconnected from the rest of the world. Until they go to school and shoot up the classroom. Now, I'm not going to say all our school shooters have this problem. But I'm going to say that if we went all the way back and really paid attention, because at 5, if your child sits by himself and plays with his blocks, you don't take him to get him tested to see if he's okay. You just assume he's in the corner playing with his blocks. Well, why is he never playing with you? Or anybody else? Why does he not want the dog to even play with him? Why is he so stuck on being by himself? Some of the risk factors, children that are raised in foster care, foster homes, institutions for youth. I'm not saying those places are bad, because those people go out of their way. But a lot of them are overloaded, and a lot of the laws keep you from putting kids on your lap, holding them certain ways, because then you get accused of sexual violence. But just because that's the law doesn't mean that this child is going to not realize that they don't feel the affection. So they're at higher risk. Children from their drug addicted parents, children from young parents that have to give their children away or leave them in daycare all day so that they can go to school. The younger the parent, the higher the risk. So, I hope that me sharing my story as transparently and as short as possible will help you guys to, those who didn't know, to now know that reactive attachment disorder does exist. And it is an issue that we're facing in our community. For those who did know and have read the reports that say it's rare, it's not as rare as you think. And for those who have studied on it and know that the doctors say that it can be cured, I stand before you and I tell you, I may not be 100% cured, but I have learned how to love. So I want to thank you for telling your story and your service to our country so that we can be free. If you don't mind me saying to you, God has a very, very strong purpose for you. So even though it may seem confusing, keep pushing. The more confusing it seems, is the harder you need to push. Because the confusion is the enemy trying to stop you from reaching the goal. He can't take your goal from you.